After more than a decade of successful sales, Factory 5 is finally starting work on a replacement for their flagship GTM kit car. It's called the F9R, and while production dates haven't been announced yet, it looks like this affordable exotic hypercar alternative has the potential to become the best cheap exotic on the planet when it eventually goes on sale. The concept model was shown off late last year with a custom space frame, exposed carbon fiber body, and glorious V12 soundtrack. I produced a quick video introducing the F9R back in August, but now Factory 5 has released exclusive new details about this upcoming hypercar alternative. So in today's video, we'll be breaking down all the changes and adjustments that have been made as we inch closer to the final release of the production model. So stick around as we cover the story of what could potentially be the biggest and most exciting thing coming to the kit car industry in decades. A full update article was posted on Factory 5's press site on October 9th. In it, they went through the list of adjustments they've made since the last update, as well as what their plan is moving forward with the F9. During the past few months, the brand has been hard at work, testing and refining the original concept cars that were featured in my last video. The carbon fiber shell, now fully assembled with a 5.2-liter Ford V8 heart, was extensively analyzed at both the wind tunnel and the track to perfect its aerodynamic and handling performance. The largest and most obvious change made to the car is shown off at the front in a new 3D virtual render that was released earlier this week. During wind tunnel examination, it was found that the original F9 nose design was oriented way too high and allowed excess air to flow underneath the car, creating too much lift at high speeds. In order to resolve this issue, the entire front end was redesigned by legendary automotive figure Phil Frank alongside the rest of the FFR design team. In the past, Frank has worked on some of the most legendary automotive works as art, such as the Saleen S7 and Parnelli-Jones Saleen Mustang, and he hopes that the new redesigned F9R front end finds the perfect combination of functionality, performance, and aesthetics. Placing the two renders side by side, it's easy to see that the new car shows off a fresh face with almost a split-level design. Personally, I don't think it has quite the same aggressive effect and shock factor that the original car had, but if it performs better, it is better. Now, after showing us the online 3D virtual renders of the updated nose with the more aerodynamically efficient design, Factory 5 also gave us a quick glimpse of the car in real life in a Facebook Live event. And in that video, we saw that the front end of the car has some new headlights outlined in blue tape on the front end of the car. Now, this might just be experimentation, or it might not be anything at all. I might be reading too much into this, but I thought it was very interesting to see that, as it suggests that the brand is also experimenting with new and different headlight designs. Now, personally, I think the way the design looks with the headlights in the virtual renders they've shown off, I think that looks great. But if there's issues with legalization or making those headlights in an affordable manner or having them be aerodynamic enough, we could potentially see this blue outline in tape become a different headlight design on the front of the F9. Now again, this is pure speculation, but these look very similar to Ferrari headlights, and I think that would be really neat to see on the front end of the production model. Again, this is a total guess, it might be nothing. In addition to that major redesign at the front of the car, Factory 5 Racing says the overall body molds have also been reworked, just to correct a few small imperfections and waves in the bodywork that were found under close inspection and make things a little bit smoother overall. The ultimate goal of the brand is to offer the F9 with a paint-free exposed gloss or matte carbon fiber shell that is delivered to customers ready for assembly with no further bodywork required. This idea, if it does succeed, would be a first for the kit car industry, setting new standards with such a high-quality carbon composite piece. Most kit cars today are sold using fiberglass exteriors, which is a cheap and lightweight material, almost similar to plastic and definitely not up to the same standards as the rest of the automotive industry. If it does succeed, the F9 would be on a totally new level of DIY cars. Factory 5 doesn't even like calling it a kit, and mostly refers to it on their site as a new Halo hypercar. Just days after putting the F9 through the wind tunnel, Factory 5 took the concept out for a run at the track to check out its real-world performance. While the chassis was previously shown off at SEMA 2019 with a V12 motor installed, the model currently undergoing testing is powered by a 5.2-liter Ford V8 with 580 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque, plus the meanest exhaust note ever heard. While running this V8 out on the race circuits, Factory 5 dialed in the handling with new spring rates and a taped up bumper designed to simulate the changes being made to the front. The rear window louvers have also been removed since it was found in the wind tunnel that they interfered with flow to the wing. Once the corrected molds are completed, the aerodynamic nose is finished and another concept car has been put together, the F9R will get sent back to the wind tunnel for a second round of testing and run at the track again to determine just how effective the new improvements are. Even with all that work still ahead, Factory 5 says the next round of testing will likely occur later this year, probably sometime in December, and the final production model could go on sale as early as fall of 2021. But they aren't making any promises and won't even commit to completing the car. Founder and president Dave Smith said on the topic, "We have to have the maturity to walk away from it if it doesn't fit the bill." He later hinted that there was a backup model currently in R&D if the company decides the F9 isn't up to their high standards of performance and affordability. As such, no dates, prices, or official numbers have been announced yet, but more details could come out later this year. If Factory 5 is able to end up mass producing the F9, it will be the highest quality kit car ever produced in the history of automobiles, setting new standards for the entire industry to meet. And if they're able to complete it and sell it at a price tag of under $50,000, it'll also be the greatest hypercar bargain ever seen. Now, if you guys want to keep up to date on the Factory 5 F9, definitely subscribe to this channel by clicking that red button down below, as I'll update you guys in the future as more news comes out on this model and potentially even review one in person in the future. Also remember to leave a thumbs up and your thoughts in the comment section down below, and check out my playlist of affordable exotics if you haven't done so already. But most importantly, thank you so much for watching and being here all the way to the end. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace